The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
On the next Muddy River Gem, brought to you by Dot Foods, we'll tour Windsong Acres, a farmstead now a popular event venue. Now that's the way an old barn door should sound. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
When we saw the picture of how it used to be, my wife and I looked at each other and said, "Oh my gosh, we have to restore that." We got the Mennonites it was really fun because the Mennonites were roofing and they were up there singing in German. And of course, I was a minister. We'd talk theology, at lunch breaks, And so when Gun Construction came to do that, there must have been 200 women and children formed this giant circle around when Gunn lifted that up and put it up there because they'd been
big celebration.
They'd been hearing of it. Shelley made treats for all the Mennonites that came. It was just we had a wonderful time.
That's coming up on the next Muddy River Gem, brought to you by Dot Foods.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad. Joining me today, Elizabeth Mannhardt. So Elizabeth, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, so I asked, it's such a small world in Quincy, and she said especially in the arts world, which is so true. My daughter took voice lessons from you and guitar lessons from your husband, and you, of course, so you own Mannhardt Music Studios in town.
Right. Yep, celebrating 20 years
20
this
years,
year.
That's outstanding.
Yep, down here in the district.
That is so cool. So congratulations, first of all.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Second, when you sat down, you mentioned something really interesting. So, of course, we're talking about the Christmas Carol, right?
Yep.
So you're here not on behalf of Mannhardt Music Studios. You're here on behalf of the Quincy Museum.
I am.
And when you sat down, you mentioned something about both the Quincy Museum and A Christmas Carol. Would you mind repeating that?
Sure. So 2020, I moved to Quincy, February of 2020. We all know what happened after that.
Right.
We all know how many walks we took. And I had a new neighborhood, and that included the Quincy Museum, the Newcomb-Stillwell Mansion. And being involved in theater for so many years myself, I just started imagining, gosh, that place, what could be done in there?
Such a cool place.
Mm-hmm. Gorgeous.
And thus was born.
Yeah, A Christmas Carol.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, to have that vision, now that you say it, it's like, duh.
Right.
But having that vision, it definitely has to come from someone capable of that. I wouldn't be able to walk by and be like, oh, yeah, Christmas Carol. But, yeah, this is going to be amazing.
It is. I think for a lot of us, when something like that is just in our day-to-day lives, we don't think, what are the possibilities?
Yeah.
And for myself, just being a writer, being a musician, I like to see story everywhere and see those possibilities in everyone as a storyteller. And the arts community, the actor community, those volunteers are so active in this community. And I just knew we would have a great group. And Dan Conboy as Scrooge is going to be incredible.
It's going to be incredible. Yeah, that's going to be amazing. So we mentioned the Quincy Museum so they're putting it on, right? And
Yes.
you're directing and producing. Is that correct?
So I know Bobette Cawthon. She's a board member. I did not know she was a board member. And I mentioned, gosh, that museum would be such a great place to do an immersive A Christmas Carol. And she said, oh my goodness, I'm on the board. We've wanted to do something like that for years.
Perfection.
We just didn't know who. We didn't know what. But could you get it done? And I said, I can do it. We'll start right now.
Yeah.
So I went in, I talked with Barbara Fletcher, the museum director, and we just started walking through the rooms of the museum, and the story told itself. And the people coming to see it, as that progression begins in the different rooms, and you just see it coming alive around you, you'll understand what we thought when we first started telling the story. Got goosebumps.
I'm getting goosebumps now, and I'm not even there.
And just said, this was made for it. And at one of our rehearsals, at every rehearsal, we discuss kind of what people are bringing to the story and what their character needs or wants. And we had this epiphany of being in someone's home, what was someone's home, and telling this story that they would have known very well. It would have been popular within 50 years later that the museum was built. So Christmas Carol was written in the 1840s. The Stillwell Mansion was built, Newcomb Stillwell Mansion was built in 1891.
Oh, wow.
So that family potentially read that story at Christmas time in that building
house,
where we are now acting it out and bringing it to a whole new audience.
That is so incredible. So when I first saw immersive, I didn't quite understand what that meant. Now I 100% get it. So is it something that you do walk through the rooms as this is unfolding, or how does that work?
So there are different types of immersive theater. You can also call it environmental. And within the last decade here in this area, the Quincy Community Theater has done a student production, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, that was also in this immersive vein where the audience was on their feet the whole time. You walked into different parts of the theater and they had either built set pieces around you to make the environment, or they used certain rooms or areas of the building that were part of the story. Also, the Bluff City Theater in Hannibal had done Oliver in a bank building adjacent to their facility.
Right.
And in that instance, I did see it, I had some students in it. We sat for a certain period of time and they had built a stage, and then they would have these tour guides that would take you to different places. In our experience, what I think is going to be really captivating for our audience is that they're not only voyeurs watching it take place in front of them, they're going to have interactions with our cast.
Oh, wow, cool.
And this is a ghost story.
Right.
There will be possibly some
spooky
uncomfortable moments.
Yeah, I would be let down if there weren't. Yeah.
So definitely, press into the room, come fully in, come right up to the actors. You just don't know who might be there to put a hand on your shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
Ask you for your debt payment.
How cool. Okay. So, and of course, A Christmas Carol it's almost a tradition in so many homes that, if you're not reading it, if you're not watching it in whatever version, you're seeing plays, because it is, it's prominent, especially around this time of year, to see this on a marquee or in a headline. But this is something totally different. I'm just amazed at what you can pull off. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. But to get right in the throes of it, that's going to be so cool.
It's one of those stories we keep saying, truth will out. And I know that's not the context for that quote, but this is the 180th anniversary of A Christmas Carol.
Wow.
Dickens himself started performing one-man shows, telling the story, reading from it, and acting out the characters himself within a few years of publishing it. So this is really a part of Western civilization Christmas. There's even a film, The Man Who Invented Christmas. So that's telling the story of him writing it. It's a wonderful film.
I've never seen
and
it.
if you've seen The Muppets, Bill Murray.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's so
Jim
many
Carrey.
iterations.
Yeah, so many.
Yeah.
And why do we keep coming back to it? And again, truth will out. I think we see the worst of ourselves and the best of ourselves in it. And we want to know there's time to change.
Yeah. It's so reflective. And, again, in whatever version you're watching or listening to, it's a reflection of ourselves in the best and the worst times, which I think everybody can relate to at any given point in their life. Kids love it. Adults love it. So kids, is this a kid thing? I know you mentioned.
It is not.
Okay.
So we want to protect the museum.
Yeah.
We want to protect the actors who are interacting, and we want to protect the experience of everyone who's there.
Absolutely.
So we set the age limit at 15 and over. There are only 20 audience members at a time, and we call them our 20 unrehearsed cast members that are joining us, a different group every single show. So we just felt with any kind of movement, dark passages, fog, interactions, spooky things. The last thing I want is that, a small child can't see,
right,
that they would be frightened,
right,
that something in the museum would catch their eye that maybe isn't a part of the story when they can't see,
right,
and then they would move off into an area that would endanger them or the property.
Oh, makes total sense. My kids would totally wreck it. And not even just going to see like the shiny things in the museum,
Sure.
but going up to the actor, tugging the coat, do it, because they like to have the attention as well. So totally get it.
And there's definitely a give and take there that we can't rehearse until we have our preview audiences. How much license are we going to allow them? We have those conversations already.
Right.
If you approach someone and speak to them, they might speak back.
Right.
Or they might ask a question or have a reaction. And we also have to determine, because he's moving in his mind, present, past, seeing into the present, the possible future. When is the audience seen and interacted with? When aren't they? Keeping those elements consistent the whole time.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's exciting.
It sounds almost impossible from where I stand, but I know that you and the crew are going to do amazing things. So it's December 1st through the 3rd?
Through the 3rd. We have 3 shows every night.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask, because if you're doing a 20 maximum, right?
Yeah. This is very exclusive.
Yeah.
It's very to the point. So we want every moment that they're in the building, that the actors are on stage, that we're getting to the heart of the story and we're moving that action along.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. This sounds so neat. Okay, so if somebody were to want tickets or even more information, how would they go about doing that?
We have a lot of stuff on social media,
Okay.
but to get tickets, you need to call the museum directly.
Okay, and then you can just make a reservation for what show you want?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and then what times?
And they will ask you the names of your party, because when you come, they're going to check you off the list.
Okay.
And they will ask you the age of the party, too.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. All right, A Christmas Carol, and it's presented by Quincy Museum, Elizabeth Mannhardt, and company. It sounds like something that I've never seen before, something very, I was going to say, something kind of out of the realm for Quincy, which is exciting.
Oh, definitely.
I love that.
I think we're used to that fourth wall, as we say in the theater, that you can just sit in that seat and let it all happen in front of you. And last night, we were working with one of the really emotional scenes. Ebenezer Scrooge is a young man and his fiance. That's a very heavy scene.
Oh, yeah, it is heavy.
And just knowing that you're going to be able, as an audience member, to look those actors in the eye and to feel what they're feeling, breathing that same air in that room. Powerful.
Oh, my gosh. Goosebumps.
It's so exciting.
I am so excited. All right, so this is going to have to be a Christmas gift, I think, from my mom to me, because it just sounds like something that's right up my alley, something I've never experienced before, and talking to you about it, yeah, of course. Like, no, I just can't wait. So get your tickets today. It does sound like, of course, it's an exclusive event, but I'm sure that those tickets will go fast.
Yeah, sales have been great.
I bet. So make your phone call today, December 1st through the 3rd, Quincy Museum, A Christmas Carol. Elizabeth, it was so nice to talk to you.
You too.
All
Thanks
right.
so much.
Yeah, good luck, and I hope to get to see you.
Oh,
it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll be somewhere around.
I'm sure you will. Well, thank you so much. All right, coming up next, Meg Duncan and I sit down to chat about Hannibal. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be. Before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
It's time for a home makeover, and Harvey's Furniture can help. Shop local. Shop with us for home furniture that complements your style. Find furniture for the family room, bedroom, dining room, or home office. Harvey's Furniture, our home, your home. Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center. Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
And welcome back. Joining me now, our very own Meg Duncan. What's happening?
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
You're lying. She said she doesn't feel like she doesn't feel super well. You've been sick for a long time,
yeah,
right?
I've been sick for 2 weeks. I mean, I went to the doctor yesterday, and it's just bronchitis, so it's not like contagious
it's still
or
sucky.
anything, but I've been coughing so much, and I just know I look...
No, I disagree. I think she looks adorable, and I love the color, and
Well,
it's a beautiful day to wear color, and I did not, so there you go. All right,
thank
so you're welcome. You had some big stuff happening in Hannibal recently, right?
Yeah, last night.
What happened?
So last night was the election. It was a special election for the mayor.
Okay.
Of course, that's been going now for quite some time.
Yeah.
We've been,
quite the saga.
keeping our eye. It has been. Yeah, we've been keeping our eyes on that. And, the winner was Barry Louderman.
Okay.
A little over 200 votes were the margin for him.
Okay.
So
Now, was that expected? Sort of, kind of?
Not that. No, I don't feel like it was. I wouldn't say I didn't expect him to win. I really didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was going to be Christy Trevathan or Barry Louderman.
Okay.
I mean, Steve Collier, though, he got 25 votes.
Did he? The guy that we
Mystery
don't
Mayor
know?
that I keep trying to get hold of. Yeah.
Mystery Bear.
That's David Adams. Came up with that.
That's awesome. I mean, 25 votes for somebody.
I know.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
That is.
I was kind of like, wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's good for basement campaigning.
Right. Well,
So-
congratulations to Barry Louderman, I
Yeah.
guess, right?
Yeah, it was great. I went to his celebration, and he of course was very excited and stuff. So, and then actually I went to Christy's after that. She was great too. I mean, she does so much for Hannibal, and she wants to continue doing that. I think they both have a lot of respect for each other. From what I can tell.
Yeah, that's what you mentioned last time, that they both kind of understand the magnitude, but they also understand that it's not end of the world stuff if they don't.
Yes.
If they don't win, right?
Exactly.
And they'll still continue to work together to get things accomplished for Hannibal.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Christy is on a lot of boards, and she's on the tree board. She does a lot as far as, she's working with the Riverview Park.
Yep, the improvements there.
Yes, the improvements there. And so, I think it's going to be cool to watch her continue and then see what Barry does.
Yeah.
So,
Now, does Barry have experience in the political realm?
they both do. He was actually on city council for quite a few years. I think he was 2008, but I can't remember when he didn't run again.
Okay.
But he also right now is head of the planning and zoning board as well.
Okay.
So so he's got a lot of experience
And probably a lot of knowledge.
and a lot of backing.
Yeah.
He's got Cindy O'Laughlin backing him. I noticed Representative Chad Perkins was doing a shout out to him. So he had told me during our interview that this was actually the first time he ever ran for anything opposed.
Oh,
He'd
really?
always run unopposed.
Unopposed.
So he did a lot of talking to those guys like Lewis Riggs, Chad Perkins, Cindy O'Laughlin about how do I handle, the fact that I have competitors and stuff. So I think they both did a great job campaigning. So, and there's actually a lot of changes coming to the city because we have 3 council seats up that are coming up in April. So last night, because Jeff Veach, he is 6th Ward councilman, he had actually resigned at the last meeting, and it was effective when he left that meeting.
Immediately.
Mm-hmm. And it's just because he moved out of the ward.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, that happens.
wasn't like he was like, heck with
Screw
y'all.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he may have been,
He
I
may
don't
have,
know, in his heart,
Right.
but, he didn't say that by any means. So he is gone, and they had like 5 people come in last night, and which was kind of funny because they had 5 people come in last night, and they all basically sort of interviewed for the appointed position.
Oh, okay.
To fill the seat.
That's great that you have so many people engaged and
There was-
interested.
I think there was 5 people, and it was funny because I looked at the agenda and I'm like, well, this is short, because it was like adjourn, and so they chose somebody, which is Nathan Munger.
Okay.
He's associate pastor at Tabernacle of Praise. So he will be filling in until April, and that's when they'll vote. And I don't know how many of these guys are running. I'm not sure. Gotcha. I assume probably all of them have an intention to run, but I don't know that for sure by any means. But the meeting adjourned, and I was like, oh boy, because I was hungry.
You're like,
yay for food. Yeah. And then they called a new meeting, and Nathan Munger just went and sat at the table, and they just started again.
Really?
And I was like, oh.
Is that normal?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I would assume it probably is. It was just kind of funny because it was like we just
bing, bang, boom. Now he's sitting there with everybody else.
And here you are.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's no time like the present to get started, right?
I guess not.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of crazy. And then we had a whole actual council meeting, and I was still hungry. But
so your food had to wait. Well, that's all right.
It wasn't a bad meeting though by any means. So
that is I'm. Congratulations to Barry Louderman, and a very nice run, as I hear from all of the what do you call them, the contestants. They're not contestants. What do you call it? The guys running for mayor?
Candidates.
Candidates. That's it. Congratulations to all of them. They ran a fair and a clean campaign, I feel. So good luck to Barry Louderman and to Nathan Munger and everybody else.
We'll see what comes up. The other chairs are First Ward for Daryl McCoy and Third Ward for Stephen Franke. So
that's interesting.
I know.
He's out?
Well, I don't think he served his term. He served his term, but I don't think he's termed out. I imagine he'll run again.
Gotcha.
So, but I'm not sure about Daryl McCoy. I know he's been on the council for a while, so I'm not sure. I'll have to check up on that.
All right.
So something will follow.
Yeah, the Hannibal political realm saga continues.
Yeah.
Always and forever, kind of like in Quincy. So very interesting stuff. Real quick, anything fun going on this weekend that you know of?
Well, I'm going to Mom Prom.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you're going to have to send pictures.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
I will. I'm pretty excited about it. So they're using a popcorn machine because, my husband's love for...
Oh, yeah, you don't. That's awesome. There's never a bad day for popcorn
food
or Mom Prom.
Mom Prom.
Yeah.
I know. I'm excited.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm borrowing a dress, and I have to go buy makeup because I guess I don't have any. I thought I did. I looked today because I'm like, but no makeup. So I'm going to go buy some.
Well, either way, enjoy your Mom Prom, and congratulations again to Barry Louderman, and thank you again for all the info you bring to the table.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Literally. All right. On that note, I think that does it for today. We'll catch you tomorrow for some Club Muddy.
Bye.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news.